this game, which I recently found on Board Games Arena. It's called Lucky Numbers, and I find that it is a very interesting game of sequencing. There are two sets of numbers from 1 to 20, and your aim is to make all the rows of numbers in ascending order and all the columns in ascending order. And the first player to do this wins. So is between 1 to 4 players. But here I shall be focusing more on the two-player version. So I only have about 1.5 hours today. So I'll just be spending maybe about 5-10 minutes to just show you all like how one game looks like. And then after that, we'll be going over to Unity, and then we'll try to code out the gameplay for Lucky Numbers. A very simple gameplay, and then hopefully I can get all uh, the mechanics out by today, and maybe in the next stream I can do the AI. Yeah. So I've been playing this game for about 2 days, and I feel that there's quite a bit of strategy involved. Of course, there's some luck also, because if you have a very good strategy but you don't have the right tools, or rather you don't have the right cards, then you may not be able to get the cards you need. Okay, so while we are searching for the opponent, okay, let's just try to start doing something here. Okay, we have a new background, a sample scene. Okay, what we do is we'll add a game object, UI background. Actually, maybe I won't do this game in the UI because it'll be harder to code the. No, I should use a UI because I'll be using buttons. Okay, so we do a UI image. Then this image should be white color. Camera can go to. Oh, we found someone. Okay, so let's just play the game first. All right. So, go on. Yeah, maybe let me just see. So 8, 11. So all these rows here must be in ascending order, and all these columns here must be in ascending order. So 13 looks like it should be placed somewhere like here, maybe here. Yeah, 16 is not a nice number. He will give me 19 later, so maybe I'll just place it here. He'll give me 3. I'll take the 3 and place it here. So you can either take from the table face up, or you just draw randomly from a face down tile. So there are different ways. 16 is no use for me because I have a 16 here already. So I got 15. So I guess I'll put 15 here. He will give me a 19 later on, which I will take and I'll put it here. Okay, so yeah, this game is about speed to see like who forms their grid the fastest. Of course, there's a little bit of like denying the opponent sometimes if you can, but not always. So maybe I'll put the 6 here. Yeah. So I got 2. I have no choice but to fill this. He will definitely take my 3 away. Okay, 15. 15. Because the higher numbers haven't really come out yet. So I'm thinking that there's a high chance that 17, 18, 19, 16 is out. So there's only 17, two 17s and one 18. So maybe I'll just put it here. There's 3 cards that I can wait for this slot over here. So yeah, so this is the gameplay that we're going to code out in Unity later. And yeah, it's actually a very interesting game because I mean, at first look, it looks like luck, but because you can only put rows in ascending and columns in ascending, there's only so many positions. So I waited for 3 cards out of the 18, out of the 19 left. I waited for the 17 here. So the best way, of course, is to form from one end to another end, but sometimes this is not gonna happen. So I got 18 here. Unfortunate. I'm just gonna swap with a. But 15 is like a little too good for him. But 18, he can put it here. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I got 17 here. I have to swap with 15. He'll probably put the 15 here. Or here. He'll put the 15 here. Yeah. Oh, man. They keep giving me these kind of useless cards that doesn't really benefit me. I'll just swap with this 13. So it's either you swap a card from something unknown or you take it from the stack. Okay, so I got 13 here. Okay, this 13, actually I can use this 13 and put it here also. Why not, right? Or I could draw. But if I draw, will he take by 13? I think he might. He might not. Yeah, it doesn't really benefit him. So I should draw. But if I draw, I might get a 1. I think I'll just fill up a black. Yeah. Oh, actually, I like that card. Well, sometimes you get some. So over here, I have a choice putting here or putting here. I think I'll put here because there's still quite a bit of cards from 11 to 12 to 16 that are not out yet. Yeah, and then there's no other slot I can capture them, so I should put it here. Because any lower, these two blanks will capture it. Oh no! What a deny. Okay, I mean, because of the 10 here, I think I'm gonna lose this. This inner sloth is quite good. Oh yes, I filled up. Awesome, he got a 1. Okay, so I need to wait for 3, 4, or 5 over here. So there's one more 3, two more 4s. Quite a high chance I'll get, yes, a 4. If he gets a 4, he wins. So now it's a race. Oh, he won. All right, so he won the first game. All right, it's best out of 2. There's still some hope. All right, so 20 has to be swapped with the 18. No choice. So we have the 18 over here. We can come down to the table. 5 will go somewhere here. Oh, he went here. This 5 is not very good for me because no matter where I swap, I only gain 1. And then he will put the 6 here. If I swap the 9, he will put the 9 here also. Or the die here. So there's no good move. Just going to swap with the 6. He's 6, he will put it down here. Most probably. Oh, he put it here. Interesting. Okay. This Inner Sloth is one of the top few people in Board Games Arena that play this game. It's quite good. 11, I'll put it here. 8. 14. I think 14 can be put somewhere here. Because there's still 15, 16, 17. 15, 16, 17. One card each. I can put it here. 15, 16, 17. 8. There are 3 cards to wait for over here. 12 I can put here. 1, he'll take out the 2. I'll take his 2 and put here. Because the 2 is good. 5, he'll take and put here. Okay, 8. 8 I can put somewhere here. 3. I think 3 will be well deserved to put here. Both are okay. I think I'll just put here first. Yeah, so waiting on quite a large range of stuff. So I don't think. Oh yes, he got 1, so he's been denied 1 turn. Got 9. It's a very close game. It's a very close game. Oh no, he filled up his blank, but he's only waiting for 17. He has to drop. He has to drop the 18 if I get a 17. Let's hope I get 17. Oh, I didn't. What a waste. But it's okay. Now he's only waiting for 1 card. I'm waiting on 7 cards. He's gonna swap his 16, which I will need to eat it up because if not, he will win. And then now I'm waiting on this earlier range of 2, 2, 8. Oh, he won. Yeah, he's too good. Yeah. So yeah, that was the rough gist of yeah. Let's just put GG. Yeah. So that was the rough gist of lucky numbers. Yeah. So unfortunate. Yeah. He played well. And let's get down to coding it. Okay. So let's see. Okay. So this is my camera. My camera. I will want it to go to the. Okay. Can you see this? I think it might be a bit blocked. Yeah, something like this. Then maybe over here I'll just put the lucky numbers logo. Yeah. Ta-da. Over here I'll just put like the image of lucky numbers so that people know that this is the board game that I'm trying to code. Alright, yeah. This one. This is the board game that I'm trying to code out. Lucky numbers. It's quite a simple game, but nevertheless it's pretty fun. Okay. It's more fun when you win, yeah. Yeah, but just now I was against someone who is quite pro. Okay, so let's go to the camera. In the camera, I will want to put the camera canvas render mode screen space camera. Okay, so we have this background, white color. Okay, so if we view the game, we see a white color thing. So my image is not scaled to the entire canvas. So let's see, this is the canvas. What's the canvas size? 960 by 600. It's fine. Okay, this is for WebGL. Okay, so WebGL, this is fine. So this is the image. Okay, under this image, maybe I will put the image as maybe a nicer color, golden, blue, maybe a blue color background. Yeah, like this, something blue like this would do. Yeah, so something like this, blue color background, and then in this image here, I'll put a UI, but maybe okay. First, I'll create a game object. Okay, I'll create an empty game object. Okay, so this will house all our buttons. So okay, wait a minute, wait a minute. So I have an image. Okay, and then on the image itself, I'll put my UI. So at the top, I will have like a text, and a game object. So the top here, okay, maybe I don't need to do so complicated. Let's take my game object here. Okay, this will be the tiles. Okay, I'll do the tiles first. So the tiles, okay, we'll have two tiles like that. One is like this. Okay, then over here maybe I'll put a UI image also. Okay, and this one player one background. Okay, so how this player one background should look like? We want to let it expand out fully. So the background, if this is a white color background, maybe my player one background can be yellow. I don't know, yellow. Yeah, maybe yellow one would be good. Yellow, orange, or maybe in line with the game theme, we can use like green color. Something soothing to the eyes. Green. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Okay, so this one will be the background of the game board. Okay, then on the game board itself, okay, I will have this component called grid layout. Okay, grid layout. I want a grid of 4 by 4. So let's see whether I can have a constraint. Fixed column counts. I think it doesn't really matter. 4. So okay, what I'll do is I'll add in a new UI button over here. Okay, and this button. Okay, so over here we need to set our child to be middle center, and yeah, so this will be our button. So the button itself will contain the text. Okay, so actually I could also make the oops. I can also make the button like fly here and there later. Like, oh, can I? Okay, looks like I cannot, but later I can make game objects fly here and there because like the clover will actually come to the I want the clover to come straight to the like a game object to fly into this area. Okay, so one way is not to use UI, one way is to use like game objects, and then I'll just change the transform of my game object in order to do the trick that I want to do. Okay, so let's see. I have one button here. Okay, let's see how a button looks like. Maybe we change the text a bit. Arial. Okay, let's download font. So dafont.com and download the font for this game. So the original Lucky Numbers game was in Comic Sans MS. Let's use cartoon font. Use a different kind of font. Yeah, it's like 100% free kind that can be used. Okay, free for personal use. Actually, free for personal use might be okay also. So I don't intend to earn money from this game. I'm just interested to create an AI that can challenge myself. Yeah, in fact, I find deep learning will be quite hard to create an AI like this. So we're just going to use rules-based AI first, and we see whether you can use deep learning to create AI later on. Okay, looks like the fonts are only free for personal use, and I guess I'm just gonna take one of the fonts. Bubblegum. No, candy beans. This font is not bad. Pokemon. I quite like the beans. This candy beans. Download this. This bubblegum will be suitable for like a bubble shooter. Okay, we open the candy beans. That's it. Okay, then under assets here, I'll create a few more. Right now, I'll create a folder called scripts for my scripting later on. I'll create a folder called what other folder should I have? Scripts, sound, okay, and then prefabs. Don't forget our prefab folder. Script sound prefab fonts. These are just the working files. So under fonts, I shall just open up this candy beans. Just drag the OTF inside. I don't really know what OTF stands for, but it is a font file. Okay, I can't seem to drag it in. Okay, so copy paste maybe. Oh, okay. I guess I can just install font like that. Okay, wonder if I can. Once I install, can I just access the font here? Oh no, I can't. Okay, I need to drag this in. So I drag the zip file in. Open the zip here. There we go. That's the font here. I can delete this. Okay, then I can install the font inside Unity itself. Okay, awesome. So now my button, should be able to select um, this text file. I can select this candy beans. Oh, it looks good. Okay, maybe I choose best fit, and I reduce the size of the text button. Uh, like over here, I give it some constraints: left, right by 10, top, bottom by 10. Yeah, I like to use 10, 10, 10, 10, like that. And this will be like the number, like 19. Oh, awesome! Looks good. Oh, and if you use the tissue for what? Okay, so in the game is Clovers, but over here I think I'm fine using squares. Yeah. Okay, so we have a text like that, a button like that. Maybe I'll need to change the width. Okay, so child alignment. Okay, let's put this button under prefab. Okay, the button is a little too big. Maybe it's by cell size. Yeah, and then maybe I could have a spacing of 20. Would this be good? Maybe the spacing is a bit too much. Like that, maybe. Okay, because I need to have a top bar for the. Because if you all see the lucky numbers, let's go back to the replay. So you see over here, we want to have something like this. We want to have like hello miniature. Yeah, I'm trying to recreate this game for lucky numbers. Yeah, recently I've been playing this game. Then I would like to create the AI for this as well. Yeah, I thought that Unity would be a good platform to reproduce this game, and then I can program the AI that I can play with it myself. Yeah, so I'm taking a break from like the four buttons game. Yeah, because I ran out of some ideas of how to do the stages. So meanwhile, I'm interested in this, so let's just follow the inspiration. You know, when you have some inspiration, you should just go ahead with it because you may not get the inspiration later. All right. So now over here we have nothing. Okay, we have our buttons. Okay, I'm just still thinking whether I should use this as game objects, and then later I just overlay my. Still thinking about it. Should I use game objects or should I use buttons? The downside to using buttons is later on I'll be very constrained with my UI. Like once I do this, oops, once I do this, I don't think I can like do a game object here. Um, Maybe if I do a circle like that in the main camera, circle, where's my circle? Here. So you see, if I were to do something like this, yeah, unless I use my canvas and I share the share wall space. I put the camera here. Where's my circle now? Where's my circle? My circle is here. It's because the order layer is 0. My order layer is 1. My circle is okay. Let's say I increase the size of my circle. 100, 100. Okay, so this circle appeared in the main camera area. Oh, actually, technically, I think I can put my circle here. Because later, like if we have some effects, like we want the cut to zoom here and there, zoom here, zoom there. Yeah, maybe I don't use a canvas. What if I use just everything under the main background without a canvas? Okay, let's experiment with this. Okay, let's experiment with this because this will concern how the game is played later. So this is my okay. Can I do a grid layout here? So let's see, create empty game object. That'll be better if I don't use a canvas. Okay, then okay, let's just hide this first. Let's see, we just hide this. It'll be better if I can use like the canvas like that. Sorry, not canvas, the main camera itself. Okay, without the canvas. Like in fact, even this image here can be under the main camera. You know? Oh, where's my image now? Oops. Oh, where did it go to? Where did it go to? Okay, let's undo that. Yeah, I guess this is a UI image, so it has to be a sprite. Yeah, maybe this image background can still appear under the canvas. Okay, it can still appear on the canvas, but we have a circle here. Can I add button to this? Oh, I can add a button here. So if I put in the game, oh. Okay, so my canvas, wall space, overlay, overlay, okay, overlay. Where's my circle now? Where's my circle? Okay, if it's an overlay, the circle can't be seen. If it's wall space, the circle can be seen, but the okay, where's my camera? Can my canvas go under the camera? Okay, so this is my canvas. This is my camera. My main camera is currently offset away from the background. This is the background. Yeah. No, actually, we don't really need this. Okay, let's say we don't even have this canvas. Okay, let's not even use a canvas. Okay, let's say we just use a sprite. Okay, UI sprite square. Okay, then we just call this the background first. Okay, let's call this the background. Okay, okay, it'll be out the game object like that. Okay, so where's my square now? My square is here. Just expand the square out as much as I can. Okay, so I want my square to like fit exactly where the camera is. So I need to see where the camera is. So let's go to gizmos and toggle the camera view. Main camera, the camera is here now. Background is here. So we just got to get the background to fit the camera, right? Yeah, it's important that this background fits the camera so that I can see what I'm doing later. Okay, so how does it look like? Yeah, the game is a piece of white. It is great. So now let's just color it blue. Color the background blue like what we did before. Oh, nice. Okay, so I can don't use a canvas at all. If I don't use a canvas, it'll be better. Then I can do lots of other things, like making the buttons. Like because later on, if you see the clover, you can fly here and fly there. Yeah, so we want to do that. Okay, so now we have here a game object. Where's this game object? Oh, where's my game object? Okay, so under the game object here, I'll have a sprite. Maybe I don't know, square. I think a square would be good. Just the shape of the square. So this one is layer one background. Okay, so now that we don't have a canvas overlay, it makes things easier. Just plan such that we have our player one. So it's like this. We have one player here, like that. I don't quite like the square background. It would be great if we could have a rounded background, like maybe like this. UI sprite. Ah, there we go. This will be great. Ah, I don't quite like this. All right, let's go to Kenny Assets and download the UI. Kenny UI pack. Is my go-to when I need like free UIs. I go there because it's quite nice. So over here I'll have a folder for images. And then in these images we have a UI from Kenny Free Assets. We take the PNG files, we copy and paste the entire thing here. Oh, somehow I can't seem to drag and drop inside this. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we have the Kenny's free assets inside here. We can then proceed to choose a nicer thing to use for the sprite. So let's see something nice to do the player one background. Something nice for the background. Like that. Gray button. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this looks okay. This looks okay. Not great, not fantastic, but looks pretty alright. How does it look like in the camera? That I think it pops up a little too much for this gray button. Let's try something else. Blue panel. Oh, hey, this is great. This panel looks great for our purposes. Oh, awesome. Looks quite nice. Look at that. Yeah. Okay. So I mean the game is green in background, but we can always change the background color later, right? So let's duplicate this. Okay. Wait first. Before we duplicate the background, what I can do is we can duplicate the game object. What's the game object? Okay. So one thing I don't like is that this layer one background is like not, not really on the game object itself. Just make it on the game object so that okay. So we have two buttons like that, two backgrounds like that. I just want to see how the layout looks like. Okay, and then we will have one top part here with the for the table. So this thing here, the scale is not even, so we make it even. Okay, for comparison, we want to make the layer one background even in scale. Okay, then we will draw another game object for the top. Okay, so this game object here, we will call it table. Okay, so because the table at the top will contain. Okay, so this is the table. Okay, the table will span across the two players like that, like that. So you can see that once I stretch it, it kind of becomes like that. So whereas this blue panel, we need to edit the sprite for the blue panel to cure that. So how do we do this? Where's my blue panel? Blue panel, blue panel, blue panel. There we go, blue panel. Sprite Editor. Over here you can see this green color things. We can actually go to the green color things and edit what will be chopped off, what will be preserved once we stretch. So we don't want this edges to be stretched when we stretch open the image. So we can chop it off. We can chop off this green color like slightly earlier, like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Okay. So if we apply this, apply button, it should prevent the stretching of this. Okay, let's try again. Blue panel. Center normalize. If Sprite Editor, custom outline. It should work actually. Not too sure why. Okay, maybe it's still like a little at the edge. Maybe I'll just put it in a bit more like that. Pivot, center, normalize, apply. Okay, not too sure why this sprite renderer is not changing. Okay, let's just change to blue cross and go back blue panel. Yeah, tau, no, pivot, center. Okay, so there's something weird going on here. I'm not able to preserve the edges here. Maybe I'll just do a Google search on this. Yeah, I thought this should work. So how to make the edges of a sprite UI not stretch? That's what we're trying to do here. Yeah, this is something I want to do. Yes. How do I do that? Okay, slicing. Click on the image you have imported in the inspector. Select 2D and UI. Select the sprite editor at the edge. You can realign the grid edge to the sprite. Hit apply. You can select the image as sliced. Change the mesh type in the to full rect. So now I want full rec. Slide is not generated full rec, or sprite mode is fix the mesh in sprite's import setting to full rec, and sprite mode is either single or multiple. Looks correct. You see, I already created this green arrows thing here for the border, like that. Okay, we got to sort this out because this also applies for other games that I'm creating. Yeah, it's important that we sort this out. So all the ages are 8. Oh, no, no. This is 92 now. 8. Yes. Apply. So let's go back and see again. I think what you're talking about is slicing. 9-part grid where only the center is stretched. We stretch the entire space. Click on the image you have imported into project folder. In the inspector, select texture type as Sprite, 2D, and UI. Click on the Sprite Editor button. On each edge of the sprite, you can realign the green edge. Hit apply, close the button. You can now close the window. Now we create a new UI image. I need to close this window. Okay, so now we go back here. Draw mode, slice. Oh, oh yes, yes, it's working. So you can see that it still appears quite fat. Yeah, let's take a look here again. Let's take a look here. Maybe we do like 5, 15. Apply. Okay, so this is a type of full rec, extend, extrude edges. Oh, I have no idea what this extrude edges is, but yeah, let's try to make it work. Let's try to make it work. Okay, so draw mode tile, draw mode simple, draw mode slice. It's not working. It's not working. This is interesting. I mean, it's supposed to work once I stretch. It shouldn't have this issue of the edges being bent like that. Look at this. Oops. Look at this background. QWERT. You know what? You know what? Just gonna put the blue panel again. Okay, blue panel. Now, if all else fails, okay, since it's like somehow not able to, somehow in the slice mode. Okay, so you can see that in slice mode, it looks like it's preserving the top very well, but it's not preserving the sides here very well. And that might be an issue with the way we configured this. Maybe it's under extrude edges here. Okay, so sorry, it's taking a long time because I'm trying to figure out how to do this. So you see, in simple mode like that is fine. If I do slice, it looks weird. Oh, I know why. Because I'm not supposed to change the transform here. Like this background has been scaled like that, so I shouldn't scale this. I should. Okay, I know why already. I shouldn't scale this. Instead of scaling this transform here, what I should be doing is I should be scaling this thing here instead. So yes, look at that now. Look at that. Okay, so over here we should have the transform position reset to the center. The background reset to the center also. Okay, then I should just move my table here. The background will be here like that. Oh, look, look. Oh, nice. Okay, now you can see that if I do the if I look at this, because of the scale thing, it did not stretch at all. The edges look very nice. Okay, now maybe what we can do is we can apply this here. So we can use a tiled mode here, a slice mode as well with 1 1. Okay, over here actually I think this looks okay. Yeah, but let's say we don't want to scale this like that. We scale it here instead, and our edges will not appear at all. Okay, let's see whether this. What do you think? Is the left one nicer or is the right one nicer? I think this is a little too pixelated, right? Uh, I'm more for this. You see this thing here is much nicer. So I'm going to change. I'm going to change all this thing to scale back down to 1, and then I use a slice mode. I slice it like that. Okay, see? This is how it looks like now. Okay, so this is my top part. Okay, very good. This answered the question. So the top part will be the table. Okay, so where's my table now? My table is here. So maybe what I'll do is I'll have the height. Oops. Like that. Increase a bit because we need some space for that. And this two over here, this one will be somewhere at the bottom. In fact, the table here and this, maybe the table is a little too wide. Two might be good. Okay, I shouldn't change the transform here. I should change from the table here. So the table should be like here, 0 3 maybe. And this background here should also not touch. I should also not touch the background here. I should use the, so this one will be P1 board. I should also use this P1 board, just shift it here. Layer 1 board, and then just create a second board like that. Like that. Just settling the aesthetics first, like that. Okay, looks decent. Okay, so under this table here, okay, we're gonna have a stable and a stack. Okay, so what we do is we create another game object. So this is the divider. So we have a table and a stack like this. We have a table here and a stack. Where's my divider now? Okay, so I have this background here. I can create actually I don't need this divider here. I'll use my background as the main object. Okay, I'll add a component horizontal layout group. Okay, and then in this horizontal layout group, what's this? Oh, I'll have text underneath this background. So no, I don't want a canvas. Delete. I just want text. So okay, I don't really need a canvas for text. I could have an empty game object here, and I'll put text. So here I'll just add a component text. If it's too difficult, I'll just use. Okay, let's take away the horizontal layout group. Okay, I just want to see whether this text appears or not. Okay, delete this first. Put the text. Normally I'll put a UI text, but then this will mean that I would have to store everything here in the UI, which is not what we want. Maybe we'll create another sprite here. Somehow I cannot see my sprite now. Maybe it's the order layer. Yeah, there we go. So maybe here we have a stack. It's over here. Call this the stack. So we expand out. Somehow a sprite in another sprite led to this issue. Like, uh, oh, because the areas here are stretch and fit edges. Okay, let me experiment with this. So apparently the stretch doesn't apply to, oops. Like over here, I have these four things here. I want to stretch this thing here, but the see this four here is still in the center. So oh yeah, so this one is a scale. It turns out to be quite a disaster to do this without like text. Let's see, put like that. Okay, let's just Google again. Can you make text without UI canvas? Just create an empty game object as a child and add text match pro. Yeah. So maybe the answer to, to what I was trying to search for, I have to use text match pro instead. Okay, so we remove this. Okay, so where is this? This is here. It's here. Okay, so we have to import Text Mesh Pro because the first time we use it. Okay, so we use Text Mesh Pro so that we can display text without the UI canvas. Okay, which is really important if you want to make stuff like the clover flying here and there. So over here we have the Text Mesh Pro. Okay, let's see whether it works. Okay, so let's font accept will be, oh, they don't have my asset, is it? Okay, looks like I have to do my fonts and import that font again. Candy beans. How come there's only liberation sense? Oh wow, so big. Auto size. Okay, now this is working, but the only issue is that it's a bit too big. I'm not used to doing it via TextMesh Pro. I already have the game running if I were using my UI canvas. Yeah, so maybe I should just use UI canvas for my game. Yeah, it's proving to be a disaster to use this. It's proving to be really difficult to use. Like I have to use TextMesh Pro, but when I use TextMesh Pro, the text doesn't really appear very nicely. Like over here, this is my object. My game object is here. This is the game object. But okay, let's say we fit square to the background. Look, disaster. Okay, so how do we do this then? If I want to display text, I have to use the canvas. Okay, so let's try to add text here. Okay, try to add text. And over here, I'll just use candy beans and I'll just say hello. Oh, man, my text is there. My text anchored in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, maybe I'll do everything in UI space. Okay, so you know what? Scratch that. Let's just not do this method because it's proving to be really difficult. I'll scratch that. We'll delete whatever we have done so far. And we are sort of back to square one, but I guess it's a better square than what was before. Okay, so I kind of like using the canvas instead of doing whatever we were doing just now because it's much easier this way. Okay, so we have these buttons here with all the different things. Okay, so we have player one background. Okay, we also have player two background. Yep. So like that. So much easier to use canvas. I should have just used canvas. Silly me trying to use the main thing to replicate what the canvas can do. In the end, causing us a lot of agony. What's this anchoring thing here? Like once I move this, the anchor is still there. Like if I change this, it's like this anchor is permanently displayed for some reason. Is it? The anchor is still here. Yeah. Okay, so if we were to use this, our canvas will need to change to uh okay, let's just go screen space camera, yeah. Just render over the screen. And then you know what? We're just gonna have to make the object move to the same position as where our canvas is. So we where's my yeah, this looks okay. So this is my player one background, player two background. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll have another background. So new UI image. So this image will be called the table. Okay, why is there a text here in the table? Layer two background, table. Where's the table? There we go, the table. And over here, this will be called table. Add component UI image. Okay, somehow the table took over the text component. Just deleting this. Okay, so in this game object here, I'll call this game object the overall canvas. And then in this overall canvas, we're gonna have the 2D objects, sorry, UI image. We're gonna start with another image. Let's call this image a table. Okay. So much more comfortable working with UI. Yeah, it's trying to replicate canvas using game object, which was a disaster. Yeah, I mean now I'm in camera space, right? So what this means is that what's so this is in camera space. It also means that I can basically in my main scene itself, I can simply just like add in some sprites like this, and I can just simply align the sprites, and it can like do the effects of what I want to do, like here fly to here, here fly to here, here fly to here, and so on. It'll be a little tricky, okay, but I mean, since I already know the area, I can actually sort of get the positions for each of these buttons. Because you see over here, these are the positions in the transform space here. Okay, and then okay, let's say we are over here. So the position is minus 2.18, 1.06. If we go to this button here, oh, oh no, the position is 0. Position is 0 here. Oh, look, the position is different. Okay, maybe I can search like how to map canvas position to scene. Here we go, overlay canvas and world space coordinates. Translate mouse to world position. Looks like it's an issue that people are facing also, like to change the canvas to fit to the wall space. Looks like it's going to take a while to program this game, but it's important because I like to start creating like more advanced effects, like things flying here and there, rather than just having static buttons. Okay, so we're gonna up the game a little, make the game a bit more exciting. There we go. See, I want it to fly to the position. Screen space overlay canvas. I'm using a canvas with screen space camera setting. It's not going to the correct position for the UI. We can do this. Camera.main.screen to world point my UI element.rect. This did not work for me. Oh, you can do screen to world point. Your UI plane inbound camera could be any size based on distance from camera. When using screen camera, object could be anywhere in 3D space. Turn your object into an icon to icon on click, and then make the icon fly towards the defined canvas UI element location in canvas space. Okay, looks like there's a way to convert this to screen space overlay, and then we scale the canvas. Yeah, I think it will be best to just do an overlay. Okay, so order one maybe. Order two for the ball. Okay, somehow this ball is not showing. Okay, we need to sort this out later. It'll be hard. Wall space maybe. Wall space is good. Wall space is good. Oops. Okay, then maybe my main camera. Since it's in wall space, I can shift it out like that. Shift it back down. Where's my canvas? Okay, I don't want my camera to offset too much. I'll instead shift my canvas over to the so I remember how to do this already. So you have to go over to wall space and just park it there at wall space. So now both the canvas and the main world will share the same coordinates. And then my W, where's my W? Okay, since they both share the same coordinates now, my circle needs to be way bigger. Let's just make this way bigger. Okay, let's just make it 1,000 in scale. Oops, 100 in scale maybe. Oops. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, so now if we shift this, use the W button. Okay, so if I click on this, I can create an object here that flies to wherever it is. Like over here, I can fly here. Yeah, so I can still use the canvas as the base, okay? And then I will just generate when I want to make something fly from one place another to another. I can just generate an object to fly, okay? Not the neatest solution, but it is a solution. Okay, so yeah, I'll probably need a little bit more time to fine tune this. Sorry for the lengthy video. Yeah, because it's my first time doing something like that. So because like I say, when you click on the clover, you want the clover to fly from one position to another position. You want this to like fly from here to here. Yeah, so we want to align like sort of the space of the canvas. So over here when we have the canvas and we like maybe click on the button, okay. Okay, let's over here. Over here. Okay, let's try to do this code. Okay, position Z. This canvas dot transform minus UI dot transform position dot magnitude. Okay, I think this position dot Z don't need. So I guess my canvas is at 0 and okay, maybe need. Okay, so let's just copy these three codes, these three lines of code. Okay, so whenever I press a button, okay, I want this I want this circle to fly towards that button position, and that's what I'm gonna test it out now. Let's start coding. So yeah, this is very important. If this code fails to work, okay, then it will affect a lot of the game coding that I'll be doing later. So let's do the code. Okay, these are the three lines I copied just now. So variable position is my UI object dot transform dot position. Okay, so over here we have to use using Unity engine dot UI. Okay, so my UI object. Okay, so it's basically whichever object clicks the object. Sorry, the button. So in this case is this. Okay, position dot z equals to this. Okay, so whenever you click on the button, this is the location of object in world space. Okay, when you click on the button. So okay, so over here we have a public void click, and then we have this. Okay, so the location of object in world space over here. And then we will make the. Okay, so what we'll do is we will have a a public game. Oh, actually no, we shouldn't have. We should have a script attached to the ball. So maybe over here, create C# script. Okay, actually this flight position should be on the ball. So this one should be on the button. So yeah, I'll just create a new script called button. So in the button click, what we want to do is we want to transform the position of that button in world space. Okay, so we already have on the start we already have this location. Okay, and then when we click, okay, public void click, okay, we find object of type ball. fly into position. Something like that. Yeah. So maybe this is not called fly to position anymore. This is called ball. And then we have a public void fly to position, transform position. And we do a loop. So how do I do a loop? Move towards. Move towards. Yeah. I'll use a move towards vector 3 dot move towards to move the up. So over here, okay, so it'll be like this. Public static move towards. So we have a target. Okay, so we have this target pos. So target pos equals to position. Okay, we have this dot position equals to move towards. Transform dot position equals to vector 3 dot move towards. Transform dot position, target dot position, and step. And maybe the step I just put 1. Yeah, something like that. So the button click, you will take this location, okay, which returns, I believe, a transform. And then we'll call find object type ball. And then this will fly to the location itself. Okay. Okay, so we have this. Cannot convert unit engine dot transform to unit engine dot vector 3. Okay, so I guess this location itself, let's search this function. Okay, camera dot main dot work screen to world point. What does it return? Transform a point from screen space to world space. And so I guess this location will be, okay, so we have this public vector 3, so it returns a vector 3. So this will be a vector 3, like, in other words, rather than a transform. It should tell us the position that the ball should fly towards. UI camera and this is not reflected. Okay, let's see this. UI camera. Actually, we don't need all this, right? It's just here. Yeah, like that. Yeah, transform dot position and camera dot main screen to world point, because this is what we do. We don't have a separate UI camera. We just do this, and then we can just let it fly to this. So we could have a vector 3 location like that. At the start, we record the button's position in world space. And after that, once you click, you ask the ball to fly to the target's position in world space. So it's like that. Whenever we click, we call fly to position, the target pause will be updated, and then we will fly towards the position like that. Okay. Any issues? Vector 3 does not contain a definition for position. In fly to position line 25. Yeah, in this case, we just need to use target pause like that. Okay, very good. And what we'll do now is we'll add in because all these buttons are prefabs. I believe they are prefabs. Yeah, all these buttons are prefabs. What we can do is in this button itself, okay, the button itself, we can add in our button click script, okay, over here. And over here, we can add in the button. And we just use the button click. Called click. The script is called click. Okay, and we can call this W as the ball. Okay, and we will also add like fly to position here. Ball, fly to position. Okay, somehow I can't seem to add the script in. New script, fly to position. No. Okay, this is my ball, right? So come on, you can add this script. Okay. Oh, we cannot add it because the name is different. It should be called ball. Okay, so because fly to position is the method, the script itself I changed the name to ball just now. So like over here, it's called ball. So we need to maintain the same name. So over here, we remove this. We add in ball instead. I think this should be able to work now. Yeah, that works. So we have a ball that can go to the position of the button click. So in this button click here, I will override apply all, and all these buttons should have the button click all already put in because it's a prefab. So this is the game. Let's just play this, okay? And then over here, oh look, it's moving towards something. Okay, I don't know what it's moving towards. Okay, it's moving towards the center. Okay, the default state for fly to position, or rather the default state for ball. The default state for ball is to fly to the position of the vector 3 position, like this. Okay, so the vector 3 target cost is by default 000, I believe, when it's not initialized. So let's just click on one of the buttons. Okay, it's flying to. Where is it flying to? Hey, come back here. Okay, so it flew there. How about if I click here? Where will it fly to? Click here. The world space point created by combining scripts. Yeah, maybe I have to make the mouse position instead of the button position. Okay, but either way, let's just make this move much faster so that we can see where it goes to. In fact, it might be the case that my canvas is not set to 000. Okay, it is. So let's see why. Okay, where did it go to? Went there. It's now here. Click here. Went a bit here. Wait, go up a bit if I click here. No, it didn't. All of them go to the same place. It could be here. This button click. Transform dot position, and the transform dot position of this button follows this image. Doesn't really follow the. So I cannot use transform dot position here. Let's see what's here. Maybe I have to use like world to screen point. Cam dot world to screen point target position. So this does is that it converts world space into screen space. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll take a while to think about it, and I have to go now. So I'll stream again later tonight, and then I'll continue from there. See ya.